I learned to quilt over 40 years ago, but I didn't actually start quilting until last year. So there is a lot I need to catch up on, including the Hexagon Kaleidoscope block. The only thing I know for sure about the Hexagon Kaleidoscope block is that it relies, for its success, it relies on the design of the fabric that you're using. Because when it all goes together, it forms a new design in the center, kind of a mandala. I have never done this one, but they are considered beginner friendly, and I think that's because of the shape. They're just 6 triangles made into a hexagon. But to get that kaleidoscope effect, the fabric all needs to be identical. So let's just make one. I needed to have 6 pieces of identical fabric stacked exactly on top of each other. I'm going to be cutting a triangle, and it will create 6 triangles, and we'll put them all together. I do not have a triangle ruler, which is what a lot of people use for this. So I'm going to just use this as my triangle. Those are cute. I love doing it without having to buy a single-use ruler. That was a lot of work for these 6 little pieces of fabric. But the idea is that I can now make one of these hexagon kaleidoscope things. And I'm thinking, let's do the one I'm thinking I'm going to like the most first. I'm going to tell you, I'm holding my breath just a little bit because I want this to work. So that made something that looks a little bit like a flower. This also looks like a flower. So that is how these are made. Of the 3, this was my favorite. I was a little disappointed with the kaleidoscope effect on those. So I went to the internet and found a video by the queen of fussy cutting, Tula Pink. And if you don't know what fussy cutting is, you will in a second. Tula Pink convinced me that I did not have the right fabric. So I went to the fabric store and got some other fabric. One of them was on sale, but I do have something to confess. Using the lines on the mat to cut a triangle was not easy. And I did try a paper template, but that was not practical. This is Tula Pink's floral reef pattern, and it is so colorful and wild. It has a large pattern repeat, so I cut out 6 of them, and I used pins to stack them accurately. Then I cut a 4-inch strip, and I used my new toy to cut 9 triangles. Good Lord, I'm slow. And then I just played. Okay, there it is, the last one. One of the reasons that hexagons are so popular in quilt making is that they tessellate. I need one more right there. And the Hexagon Kaleidoscope reminds me of the hippies. They used to patch their jeans with fabric like this. In her video, Tula Pink also convinced me that I was using the wrong technique. The technique I've been using, they refer to as stack and whack. You stack up the fabric and then you just cut out the triangles and then just kind of hope for the best. Tula's technique is more intentional. Her Alice in Wonderland fabric has a repeated motif of Alice and a cute little cat that I'm very drawn to. Her fussy cut technique requires a triangle template, and so I made this one. And it requires a light box. So I turned my iPad on bright, and I put the fabric on it face down, and I marked where the cat fell in the triangle. This is her hair right here. Here's one cat paw, here's the other cat paw. And then I cut out the triangle, leaving a seam allowance. Okay, so I need to just cut out 5 more of these. I just realized that cat's gonna be sideways on all of them. Oh well. Okay, I got my 6 kitty cats off of the fabric. Yeah, these colors I really like. So that was my Hexagon Kaleidoscope block. You know, there is an Octagon Kaleidoscope block too, but I think I've done enough homework for today. Have you done the Octagon block or the Hexagon block? And have you made a quilt out of them? And what is your favorite technique? Thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye. I really like that. The police are coming to get me because I missed my points.